Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. Today I thought we'd start on the page of Przemysław Jamrog, because he's having one hell of a season so far. By far on for his best ever season. As you can see, 10 games so far, 10 starts. He's got 6 assists on the board already. And that to me is a huge step up from what we've seen from him in previous seasons. Still only 20 years old, remember, and he's already made 71 senior appearances. And it could have been so much more if he'd just stayed with us and not pissed off to Rackle for a bit. But he also has 32 caps for the under-21s. How many more can he possibly get? Although, frankly, he's still only 20, so maybe he can go for 50 caps. Also, apologies in advance if I start to get very sweaty during the recordings of today's videos. Unfortunately, there's some tree surgeons deforesting and removing all the woodland creatures, it would appear, from a house about 3 houses down, and it's very loud, so I've had to have the windows shut. Otherwise, you just hear the endless buzz sawing in the background. So, yeah, be warned. Now, since it's Sunday, it's time for Regen Sunday. We missed one last week, of course, because things were all over the place, but now we're back to normal service. Here's hoping we can now carry on with that. So if you're new to the channel and unfamiliar with this, it's Regen Sunday. Basically every Sunday you guys drop your regens in the Discord chat. There's a link in the description if you want to participate, and I put some of the best ones on the screen and we discuss them. And this week there's some funny ones, but also some pretty solid players, so let's get into those. The first is Thomas Barda. Main reason is because he's a shadow striker, and someone said basically you could do with this guy right about now. Well, it's funny you should say that. Then we've got Peter Bestman, who is very useful at a wedding indeed, but he's French, so I'm guessing it's Bestman. Then we have Malcolm Boxall, who has an old man name. You've heard of Gucci Gang? Well, now you've got Sven Gang, which is a great Sven Gang. That is a glorious name. That's a striker too. Not a bad one either, playing for Hamburg. Then we've got this incredible Bolivian goalkeeper, Julio Cesar Cardozo. And like someone said, he's called Julio Cesar, which means he's bound to be good. Then we've got Arjan de Kock. Shared without comment. Followed by probably my favourite name I've seen so far this year. It's Linda Badboy. I refuse to believe that this is real. But I don't know why it wouldn't be. This is insane. If you can prove to me that this is legitimately a real name for the player, like on their actual information page, then I'll be very happy to see that. Linda Badboy. Amazing. And finally, Napoleon. And yes, he's 5'9", which makes a lot of sense. He's a very complex player. Presumably he'll be finishing his career at St Helena. Right then, so we've had a couple of games off camera, we've got 2 Champions League games today, and some games off camera in between. This is going to be an action-packed episode. I say that every time, but it's true, so let's go. So we recovered off the back of that poor defeat to Monaco to go out and smash Wisła 4-0 away from home. Goals from Herman Carballo, 1 from Rodriguez, 1 from Victor Hugo, and 1 from Kane Pavey. Unfortunately, Rodriguez was injured in the 87th minute and is going to miss, I think, 5 weeks, which is really bad. He'd missed the Man United game anyway because he's on loan from them, but it sucks that he'll probably miss the Sporting game too, and that is the key thing for me, because it means that Zaborowski's probably going to have to play. Yeah, not ideal. We are a bit lacking in terms of depth for the wide positions, although Zwigawa could probably fill in quite nicely on that left-hand side for Victor Hugo if needs be. More on him. We're going to talk about him properly in the next video because we're going to go through all your comments, and believe me, there was tons, so thank you for that. We're going to do a proper whole section of in-depth looking at Zwigawa so we can kind of plan and go forward with him, basically. But for now, yes, 4-0 win. Good stuff. We then had our first cup match of the season, put out a rotated team. Very decent on the night. Took a little bit of work to get it, though, but Vitharsson scored a goal. They then equalised, and thankfully, Kuharski was able to get in there and make it 2-1. And we do go through to the next round, but we're going to be playing a team from the top flight. I can't remember who it is, but it's not great. And then this happened. We lost. First loss of the season, and it was an own goal. And it wasn't even like it was a ball put into the box. It deflected off of Albarracin's arse, it seems, and just went into the back of the net. I was so annoyed. And the fact is, they had one shot on target, and it was in the 92nd minute. And it was a long ranger as well. It was so frustrating. We weren't brilliant on the night, but they sure as hell did not deserve to win this match. And to lose our first game of the season in this kind of style was disappointing. You'll note as well that Albarracin, despite scoring the own goal that lost us the match, still won man of the match, because FM. Yeah, not great though. Thankfully, Legia did drop some points as well, so we're still 4 points clear at the top, but they do have a game in hand, which kinda sucks, to be honest. Oh, and just to add insult to how good Zwigawa is, our under-19s played Manchester United's under-19s, and we won 3-1. Zwigawa scored another brace. He's got 4 goals in 2 matches for the under-19s against Manchester United and Monaco. The guy is incredible. And I can't wait to start using him, basically, but we're going to talk more about that again next episode. But for today, it's going to be tough. We're at home against Man United. I'm going to try and be a bit more imposing and try to actually our style on them a little bit more, because at this point, we've got nothing to lose. We might as well. It's just not going to work if we're just constantly defending all the time. It's not our style. So for today, oh my days, we are really struggling here, aren't we? And Patino's injury, red card did not help. It might have to be a back two there with Mane and Vinjevic, with Jamrog and Albarracin seen Patinho can't start, so I'm guessing that means a start for Alain Prudent or Victor. I'm going to say Victor. I know he's not as fully match fit, but I feel like Victor. I like him a bit more. In the midfield, though, we do have Celiac, Victor, Zaborowski, Fiarczyk, Carvalho, and Victor Hugo. It's not great, is it? On the bench, we're going to go with Giovagnoli, Nikolic, Vitharson, Pavey, Konefal, Palacios, and Victor Luis. We're going to struggle a bit, I feel like. As for this game, I don't... we'll see. Play without pressure and hope for the best, you know? Distribute to the fullbacks. Maybe distribute a little bit quicker. But I'm going to keep it on positive. I feel like we just can't... We might as well at this point. I just want to see how it works today. Right then, let's go. Because we remember, we lost 3-0 to Monaco, albeit with the red card. But we were still trying to be defensive in that game. And I just don't know if maybe that's the right approach. Maybe we should just try to play to our strength, which is our attacking play often. And we've got a pretty solid defence anyway. So we'll see. Nice work there. Victor's going to have a lot of a job to do tonight. But he is at least a tall boy. So that could definitely help us. Fiarczyk. Just be nice to actually see us try and score a bit more. Celiac. We've got good players. They just need to be given a chance. Carvalho. This is a nice build-up, actually. Celiac. Carvalho. Victor Hugo. Oh, Fiarczyk's in! And inside the first minute, we've already fashioned a chance. Nicely done, lads. Well played. Wow, look at the start. Oh, God. Sporting are winning. And oh, Jamrog scored! It's 1-0. Polonia 1. Manchester United 0. Przemysław Jamrog. Of all people, it's Suave Yamboy. Victor's ball in. Jamrog rises highest somehow. He beats Lindelof in the air, I think. And we've scored. We're winning at home to Manchester United. Holy shit. Annoyingly, that's happened just as Sporting have taken the lead against Monaco. Maybe this group is going to be a lot tighter than we thought. Then again, we did lead against PSG. The question is, what do we do now? It's only 18 minutes into this game. I want to see how this goes. Sure. It's hard to tell how this game's going to pan out. If we start to look... Oh, Roos is already through. Oh, my lord. That right there is the quality of a player like Kurt Roos. We've instantly been equalised against, literally in the same minute of the match. 19th minute and 19th minute. We had this kind of all covered, in fairness to most of the team. It's just... This first touch from Roos just takes him past Domingos Mane, who's just kind of lagging away now, and I might try to move him on in January before his contract expires, because he's not been great. Oh, that's poor. Oh, hang on, wait, no. For some reason, the defenders have stopped. Victor Hugo finds Carvalho! Blocked. Oh, man. I mean, I'm incredibly impressed with us in that first half. We have matched Man United in that game, you have to say. Really, really impressive with the guys. That one touch from Kurt Roos just took him past Domingos Mane. Przemysław Jamrog has been on fire today. A goal and 100% tackle completion. What a player. Imagine if we took a point against Manchester United in the Champions League. Even though it's the home game, it'd still be probably the biggest point we've got in this entire save so far. Oh my god, look at the cluster of players they've got in the row there. Oh, great save from Franceschi. Freshen things up there. And frankly, Celiac looks a bit knackered too, so maybe Edwin Palacios do 3 subs, I know, but we need to freshen things up a little bit. Players are starting to get knackered. Oh no, 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 no. Brilliant from Jamrog. Absolutely fantastic defending again. And again from Jamrog. Wow. He is going to be my man of the match, frankly, because he's been sensational today. Slowey's going to run right at us. Oh, please not another one of those. Slowey. Oh, for goodness sake. Seriously, every time we play in the Champions League, we concede a penalty just like that, and I'm getting a bit bored of it now. We had one against Mbappe, we had one against Real Madrid, and it's always a penalty. Ah, for goodness sake. Well, there you go, we tried. Such a shame. Anyway, maybe we'll save the penalty. It's unlikely, but you never know. Eriksen steps up, and Franceschi saves the penalty! Oh my days, is that the moment? Oh, Luke Shaw's coming off for Lukaku. That means they're changing systems, surely. 3 minutes of stoppage time here at home. Do we switch to defensive, or do we just keep doing what we're doing? I mean, it's a bit late now, in all honesty, but the fact that Sporting have probably beaten Monaco, I think is what makes our life even more difficult. Roos has surely gone too wide for this. Surely. Jamrog, look at that. Jamrog, oh my goodness me. He is throwing his body at everything today. He deserves man of the match. I don't even care. Victor Luis, out for Zaborowski. 10 seconds to go. Can he find someone? He might. He does. Victor Luis! Imagine if that had gone in, a 93rd minute winner against Manchester United. The fact is, we've rode our luck at times in that match, but we've got away with a 1-1 draw at home to Man United. Annoyingly, though, Sporting are clearly a better team than Benfica, it would seem, and I think we're going to struggle in this group. But just taking that point is a huge, huge point for us, I've got to say. Come on! Right, games off camera, back in a minute for Sporting. That's going to be very, very interesting. I really do want to take it to these teams now. We've got that energy. Come on! Right, we're back, and unfortunately, our sort of rotated team was not able to do a good job against Corona either, falling to our second consecutive 1-0 league defeat. We weren't that great in this one, but what I would say is that 5 of their 7 shots were from range, and at least we were probably still slightly the better side, but just, I don't know, we're still good defensively, really, only conceding 1 goal in these matches, but we just can't score, and that's been a real problem, and again, 2 defeats in a row, no goals scored. Thankfully, though, after the international break, players were back and rested, and we were able to rest a few players for today's game, building up to the Sporting game today, and it was able to get us over the line. It took us a while, though. Herman Carballo in the 58th minute finally gave us the lead in this one. I mean, we were going to win, like, we were the better side, and they were bottom of the league. And then, of course, an 87th minute penalty from Victor Hugo, who came off the bench to score. I brought Ian Rodriguez off on the bench just to bring him into the game late on and give us the win, thankfully. 2 goals, another clean sheet, which is really nice. We've still only conceded 4 league goals this season in 12 matches, which is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that we'd lost 2 games in this period is crazy as well. You know, thankfully, at the moment, it seems like if we score more than 1 goal, we win the match, and that's great. Just very briefly, we are 3 points clear at the top, but Legia do have a game in hand on us. Rakov right in there still, though. We're starting to move pretty much clear of everybody else. Still looking like a good shout for the league this year, but Legia's still unbeaten, so there is that as well. All 3 of our players are in the average ratings now, which is really, really nice to see. 6 clean sheets for Franceschi, really good. But today, it's all about Sporting. This group is turning out a lot weirder than I expected, in all honesty. We're going away today. You never know. They've got a point and they've got 4 points on the board. They're actually top of the group. So this is all over the shop at the moment. But our under-19 team beat them 3-1 in Portugal and are currently top of their group with 9 points out of 9. Now, here's the thing. You'll notice here, Zvigawa is listed in our first team squad. So originally, I moved him up to the senior team so that he could play in the Rook game so that I could rest Victor Luis for this one. Unfortunately, he then got a sports hernia the moment I put him in the first team squad, so he wasn't going to get his I was going to give him his debut against Rook on the left-hand side. But yeah, it just was not to be, and now he's going to miss a few weeks, which is a real shame, because that would have been a great chance for him. But it did give me a chance still to rest some players. So Kuharski and Jam will come out. That's more like it. So we've got Victor Hugo, Carballo, Fijarczyk, of course, who's missed a couple of games just to rest himself up. We've got Rodriguez, Ciliak, Patino, Jamrog, Pandurovic, Vinjevic, Albarracin, and Franceschi. That's about as good as we're going to get, I think. As for the bench, we're going to go with Zaborowski, Freitas, Vitharsen, Pavey, Mane, Palacios, and Victor Luis. Right, let's see what they're going to do. Okay, standard sort of stuff. Ryan Gould's still there, kind of cool. I feel like our best bet is just, oh, they've changed system. That's a very narrow-looking sort of 4-2-3-1. Okay, I'm just sort of prepared to see how this goes, because we did really well against Manchester United. We just looked a little bit brighter, to be honest. Certainly in the first half of that match. I want to see how we do when we actually try to impose ourselves on teams a little bit more, but I am concerned that Sporting are a different prospect to what Benfica were last season. Out wide for Victor Hugo. Okay, bit of space for us now, maybe. Need to make some runs. We've got some runs being made. Fijarczyk's one of them. He's in. Oh, over the crossbar. We're looking okay here. Then again, Mikolic has done a really good job coming in. Victor Hugo again. He always seems to be available in that position, and he's not really getting marked up very much either. Carballo, can he find Fijarczyk? Finds Ciliak! Yes, we lead in Portugal. Sasa Ciliak. Oh, he's got a gluten-free goal. That is glorious. Herman Carballo. Oh, what a run that is from the... That is like something that even Zavzhakrai would rarely ever make runs like this. So look at the number 6 there, busting forward. Eventually, he just makes that overlapping run. Nobody tracks it. He's in. It's not the best finish. Doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net, and we lead away in Portugal. Sasa Ciliak. Come on. That is my big concern, is how much possession they've got. And look at that. That ball onto Albarracin is almost on every time we get the ball. Victor Hugo again. They're not tracking him at all. Ball across Fijarczyk. Oh, that should have been 2. Feels to me like we created some good stuff down the wings. Just, you could see it even visually. Every time we got the ball, getting that ball out to Victor Hugo, and he was just causing havoc. Looks that way for Albarracin. They're making such great runs already. Victor Hugo. We've got men running all over the shop. Look at the space out wide. Rafa Rodriguez hasn't got in the game much today. Ball through. Victor Hugo. Oh, our mark here. 1-0 up in Portugal. If we win this game, this could give... I mean, this group is very much up for grabs right now. Carballo, can he slip it through for someone? He might. Fijarczyk. Oh my God. Wojciech, mate. I feel like they could feel hard done by if they were to lose this. Ball across. Ball back for Freitas. Oh, look out wide. Freitas is hurt now, which is the last thing we needed. Victor Hugo has hit the crossbar. Just don't foul him. Oh, blocked. Oh, what a save from Franceschi. That is a truly phenomenal stop. Go on, son. Carballo finds Victor Luis. And he couldn't wrap it up. That was the best chance of the entire 90 minutes, and Victor Luis couldn't put it away. Vinjevic. Oh my God, it's hit the crossbar again. How have we not scored here? Jamrog's ball in. Rodriguez can bring that down. And it's out for another corner. There we go. We've won 1-0 in Lisbon. What a result that is. Sasa Ciliak's goal, but we played brilliantly after that. Herman Carballo, man of the match, and we're currently top of our Champions League group with a negative goal difference. What a pair of performances that was. 1-1 against Man United, a 1-0 win away from home. Maybe there is a chance of us going through or even sneaking into 3rd place, because this group is crazy tough right now, but come on. Yes! Unfortunately, I wish we had a runaway winner and we could try and sneak into second, but it looks a bit too tight, and I have a feeling that might end up coming back to bite us, but there you go. Don't know if I mentioned it, but the border upgrade and the youth and data facilities again, and the winnings from that match have basically just paid for both those upgrades. What a result that is. Another 2.5 million in the bank. So next episode, obviously, is going to be Sporting and Monaco. And it's Monaco at home and Sporting at home. Imagine if we were to win both of those matches. That would take us to 10 points and give us a really good shot at least getting third spot. But Monaco is going to be the tough one. We're just going to have to try and actually enforce ourselves on teams. Actually playing our style seems to work way better than trying to defend against them. Maybe in second legs of games that might be a thing, but right now we need to just focus on playing our style. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, we've drawn against Man United and beaten Sporting. That's awesome. Drop a like on the video. That'd be magnificent. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That'd be brilliant as well. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for some massive games against Sporting, goddammit, and Monaco. See you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.